Hey, Algebra 2, let's go over the homework for Unit 4, Lesson 12. Numbers 1 through 3 are fine enough for this class. Now, I've got my calculator handy for this one. Part of this is like, can you solve these mentally? But then it's also like, you know, it's calculator's okay with this. So when we look at this, looking at this first one, it says put the following expressions in order from least to greatest. So we get it. Let's just go ahead and get a number line. Let's just put 0 down here. None of these are going to be lower than 0. 2 squared. We know the answer to that one. That's 4. That's 4. That's easy. So okay. Let's see. E squared. What the heck does that mean? Well, e to the third power. What does that mean? 2e. Okay. Let's start. Let's start with this one. 2 times e. Well, that means e is about 2.7-ish. If we're doing twice that amount, then we're doubling this. So double the 4, the 2, that'd make a 4. Double the 7, that'd be a 1.4. So this is about like 5.4, something like that. And so here's the thing: we can use our calculator. Let's see, the value of e on its own is that. And if we were to multiply that by 2, we get an answer about 5.4. That's fine. Okay, so looking at that, I'm going to bank that number. We'll see. So then we've got e squared. Well, on our calculator, e squared, that means basically about 2.7 times 2.7, and that makes about 7.29. Now we can use this and raise it to the second power, and 7.29. We actually turns out to be about 7.39, okay, when we factor in more of the decimal values of e. And if we do e to the third power, we get 20.08, so something bigger. We know that one's bigger than this one. And e to the e power, well, that's like 2.7 to like the 2.7 power. We're supposed to be able to kind of estimate these and know that that if we were to take 2 and square it, that it's going to be smaller than e squared, because e is 2.7. If we multiply it by itself, we know that's going to be a bigger number. So here's the thing: we know that we'd have, like, in the whole scheme of things, let's see, e to the e power, we would do like that. E to the power of e is 15.15. 15.15. So here's the thing: is that we've got roughly our order. If we're going all the way up to 20, if 20 is all the way up there, and 10 is here, and 5 is there, 15 is here, then we roughly see that e to the e is there. That seems to be one of the largest numbers. The largest number is that e to the third power. Let's see, 4, which would be right there. 4 would be 2 squared. 2 times e is a little bit bigger than that. So 2e would be a little bit bigger than 5. And then e squared would be somewhere around 7. This would be e squared. And just kind of like looking at that, e squared is here, e to the 2.7, and e to the third. This should logically make sense, that we know that this one's smaller than that. Now, knowing how to order these, that might be a little harder for people, and that's why I broke the calculator out for this. Okay, so there's our order from least to greatest. Let's move on to this one. Now, these graphs, we've got graph 1, graph 2, graph 3, and I want you to see that, like, when we look at this, one of them, this one right here, accelerates and gets to this part where it goes really high. It gets there sooner than the other graphs. This one takes a little longer, and this graph takes a little longer until it accelerates way up. Now that's all going to be based on these. All right, the one that's going to do it sooner is going to be the one that has the largest base, the 3. So 3 to the x power would be this one. And the one with the smallest base, this 2 to the x power, would be this one. And e, since e is 2.7, if we raise that to the power of x, that's going to be, as a base, that's somewhere between 2 and 3, but it's closer to 3. So e to the x power, or 2.7-ish to the x power, would be this one. Okay, cool. We move on. Select all the statements that are true about f of x. 100 times e to the negative x. So this is one where it's like, honestly, we should pull up Desmos. I'll be honest, I'm gonna like kill the video right here. let's just make this numbers 1 through 2. In the whole scheme of things, I want you to be able to roughly know what the value of E is. So I'm gonna say this is our homework, or just those 2 problems. Take care, folks.